Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else, it is time for me to reveal what I've been working on for the past couple of weeks, and the culmination of all my practice and research. I've managed to actually complete what is most likely the most hellish challenge I have ever set for myself. Before I explain how, I'll shout out our lonesome subscriber for the day. It's the Crazy Corn Dog, only one for today, since I'm recording back to back videos for you guys, since you guys got me to 500 subs. If you want a shout out for your sub, do make sure that your subscription status is set to public, and make sure to enjoy the video and subscribe. So we're still playing Trouser. That's pretty obvious. I think as soon as I found out about the Laurel strat, it opened like a whole world for me, and I didn't think to play on a different map because I thought that Pomerola on Mount Moonspell was very, very necessary. But it turns out the new strat takes us to Inlaid Library, where we will still pick Laurel, and of course we start with the Game Killer. Now, Game Killer is actually pretty not great for us. It's not a nice thing to have. It's kind of a detriment to anything else. However, can we please? Thank you. It's part of the challenge. It's the rules. We don't really have a choice in the matter. So our second is still the same with Cerebran and Feeling, but of course the rat is gonna be different since it's a completely new map. Let me get this off the screen real quick. Ideally, we don't want to kill anything yet, so I considered going right first to get the negative Metaglio for the curse. But I think it's fine if we just make our way here quickly. I want to check. We do have 2 tomes, which is pretty good. The Tome of Traits is what really cracks this entire challenge wide open for us here. Because with that maxed out, plus Silent Old Sanctuary on Laurel, we can actually get to almost near full uptime. And if we survive that long and also manage to make good use of our awake revivals, then we should be good to go. I think that's one of the biggest things I have to take care of here, is I do not want to proc my free revival before I get the awake arcana. I think it's still possible if you do proc it, obviously, but it's just a bit more stressful. Now, this run in general is very stressful. I'd say even more so early on than on Mount Moonspell, because I actually have to take into account enemies, because I don't have that extra Pomerola, so I can't take free pot shots, because that will add up very fast. However, the endgame in Mount Moonspell is ridiculously difficult, and can I get through this? Yeah, and it's significantly less difficult on this map. So we grab the empty tome here. We're going to go grab the left Metaglio as well as the other what's it called here, the other 3 empty tome that we can get. I think you can get 3. I've seen 3 empty tomes spawn on this map, but I'm not gonna resist that. My test run, I actually did this with only 2, so I'm sure it's completely possible. In my test run, I went right first, which means I had to avoid killing stuff, so that I don't. That's not a good spawn. I should have paid attention to that. Let's grab this and then head right away. So ideally, we're gonna want to max out both of these items as fast as possible, and then save up 4 chests so we can level up the Metaglio right side very quickly, and then immediately evolve our Laurel into Crimson Shroud. So I'm gonna head right immediately. We have 2 good old, beautiful, amazing, wonderful little what's it called? Empty tomes already. The luck, I will say the luck is more favorable in this run, as in you don't have to get as lucky, particularly with the early chests, since I've had many times where I'm just kind of like wasting chests, quote unquote, and turning them into gold, which is fine, since these runs are very expensive, especially when half of them, or I'd say at least 60% of them, never work out, and therefore you're kind of just wasting money buying extra arcanas every run. But it pays off because I can finally say that I did it. I can't believe I didn't think of this earlier, because this map is generally said to be the easiest So I don't know why I didn't think of going here. I thought that the Pomerol was just so integral to making this work, and the abundance of free items that you get on Mount Moonspell is like, it makes it easier for conventional runs, but I think for a challenge run, the simplicity of this map probably helps rather than hurts. I left the green gem at the start, which isn't really useful at all. We're not going to use it to start a chain reaction of killing at all, but it's nice to have a bit of a midway marker so you know on your way back how far you are from the second Metaglio. It's also very... The setup for this is like, you can see we're 4 minutes in and I haven't really done anything yet except collect items. So if you get a bad run, you have to redo this 4, 5, 6 minute run every damn time, and it's so annoying. But that's one elite. The next one just went 5 minutes. So if they both drop chests, we should ideally get Doro and Envy almost exclusively, because the Metaglio is a more rare item in the game's code, which means we will get it less often, which is good because we can max those out first. Those are definitely the most beneficial, but the left Metaglio, of course, is also extremely important, because without Pomerola, it's the only source of healing we'll have, and of course Saraband healing is there as well. I think Saraband has the edge over Divine Bloodline here. Is that the second one? I believe it is. Yes, it is. Very, very nice. I think I might have passed that, but oh no, there it is. We still got a long way to go. Let's just keep our eyes on the road and keep going forward here. Killing these elites in time is also very important, because if they steamroll us, we'll get kind of swallowed by this whole swarm of enemies around us, and we do not want that to happen, because again, that's 6 whole minutes and an intro sequence that I have to redo, and I don't want to do that. Last video did pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you for 500 subs. I think I already thanked you in the intro, but like, thank you for 500. We're almost at 510, which is crazy to me. We're going pretty quick. I don't know what I expected. I went into 2023 thinking I could get 1,000 by the end of the year, but it's... I don't want to jinx anything, but it seems like it's gonna happen way quicker. Anyway, we're going to be producing way more content this week, specifically because you guys got me 500 for my birthday. So expect at least 4 videos. I don't know if I'm gonna do the 5 thing. I might do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday instead of the good old Monday, Wednesday, Friday arrangement that we're so used to, which I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if you guys will have time to watch all that videos, which is something I should be concerned about, right? Because if you guys don't watch my videos, then the algorithm is gonna not like me. But I think you guys earned it. Just watch at your leisure. I'm at 5'9" or 5'10" at the moment of recording. Which means that I'd say in January I've earned like 400 subs so far, which is crazy. My last 28 days it have been like 450 subscribers. There it is. We'll wait here. It's a good thing we spawned that guardian there already, because we can start slowly chipping away at him. Hiding enemies like this is very important in this run as well. So it's very, very, very handy to have like that skill set learned from practicing it so much in Mount Moonspell. I will say we have way less space here, so that's a bit more difficult. Okay, let's start with this. Now I'm looking for these elites to both be dropping a chest. Otherwise we're still okay. If neither of them drop a chest, I'll probably reset, because that's gonna be an issue. And also you're very late. Okay, this is the self-lock. There we go. Good amount of damage. I want at least 1 chest here. Preferably 2. If we only get 1, that's fine. If we get none, significantly less fine. The health management part of this is also not the greatest. We got our 3rd elite spawned in here. There's our first chest. We'll grab this. We'll take that. 2 laurels and some more healing. The healing is actually very useful because our health is getting a little low here. And we don't want to get a 2. That's our second chest and our 3rd. That's 3 chests from our first heal. It's very, very beautiful. We want to max these things out. and it's gonna be a bit of a math or like a pattern recognition type thing. I don't know what the word is. We want to make sure that we have both our. We want to make sure that we optimize our chests, right? Because we have 3, 5. Okay, so it is okay for us to waste one slot and grab this thing later. I'd say that will be the peak of our like leisure, because that means we won't have any curse at all, and our damage from Saraban will be okay. We're getting into a groove here where we can start spamming out these game killer gems, especially because all these enemies are pretty not healthy, like not a lot of health, and we're coming up on our third Arcana slowly, which is one of the biggest breakpoints in this run. Because if I can keep my revive, my free revive until we get our last Arcana, or our third Arcana, excuse me, that's gonna mean a lot of good things for us. We got 2 chickens on the gun as well, which is really good. Good amount of insurance, if you will. Again, we're starting to chip away this guardian as well, which I actually, in my testing, I accidentally spawned a third guardian, which actually didn't go too bad. So it's not catastrophic, but I prefer to stay safe here. Yeah, my controller's not doing great, by the way. I'm probably gonna get a new one soon because I sometimes when I want to go down, I slant at these really awkward angles or just stop completely. So hopefully it doesn't mess me up, but I think either way will be okay. So, Elite should have spawned, which means we'll get a chest soon. Hopefully. There it is. And at 11 minutes, we'll get our second Arcana, which we're going to reroll until we get Awake. It's very important that we get Awake. Well, you want either, right? You want either Awake or SOS, Silent Sanctuary. The reason you want, ideally, to get Awake earlier is that so if you die, it's actually a good thing, right? Let's see, we want 2 more chests and then we need to start saving them. Saving these chests is kind of important because it means we can skip the awkward phase where we have max curse, but like a lot of curse, but we don't have Crimson Shroud. It's very similar to the strategy in the last episode, right? Or in the last iteration of this run, if you've seen that. But the general gist is that we level it all up, and before the enemies can take advantage of the curse, we get Crimson Shroud, and then that's like, I'd say the next phase of this. That's a regular chest. Alright, cool. Okay, very good. And I believe we need 1 more, correct? Yes, we do. Take this. I need to also double and triple check. Wait a minute, I forgot that this gives you items. I think we're good to go here. Again, we want Awake. Let me reroll this. We get it. Don't mess this up. I misclicked Arcanas before. Please. Thank you. We're gonna get Awake. Which is great. So now dying is significantly less bad. Like, all by a huge margin. So we want to grab this, right? Because we maxed we have maxed out our left Metallio. We need 3 chests on the ground. No, 4. We need 4 chests on the ground. And then we will be able to just scoop up everything at once. So again, there's moments in this run where we're kind of cruising, we're chilling, nothing really touch us. And there's moments where it's the exact opposite. This is one of the low intensity, low stress areas because everything is so squishy that Game Killer actually does its job. It's the moments where Game Killer doesn't really do that we're really in trouble here. But we have the insurance of a lot of revives for that. There's 1 chest. Make sure not to walk over it because it will just turn into gold immediately. I'm almost tempted to just grab all these, grab the Metallio already so we have a bit of, just to make sure I don't fuck it up so bad. Ah, fuck. I did not need to grab those. It's okay. I'd say I'd say having one is fine. Maybe like 4 levels of this item is okay. We have the insurance of a good old, big old, giant old vacuum item as well, which is not great, but it helps. Again, this I'm expecting to die a couple times because our armor is not enough to keep us healthy for now. But I'm hoping I can space these deaths out a decent amount. I'm gonna grab this for killing. I want to get rid of these guardians as fast as possible, ideally before I pick up the curse item even. But of course I'm gonna do that as soon as I have the comfort. We got 2 chests down, which is good. I kind of wanna... Yeah, there we go. So again, some deaths will happen, and those are actually good for us because they increase our me, please. Okay. They're good for us because they increase our armor. I don't wanna trigger them just yet. This way. Beautiful. Beautiful. I was really hoping that would be chicken. There's chicken over here. And over here. Great. Very, very nice. That's a 3rd chest. I almost grabbed that by accident. Okay. One more chest. And we're in business. Technically, we could hope for a multi-chest here. And that would technically be really good for us, but I don't really want to bank on that. If it messes up, we're stuck with a level 9 right Metaglia with insane amounts of curse being pumped into us, which is not good for us at all. I'm gonna grab this because I'm nervous, which is terrible, but I did it. Yeah, no, I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna be real honest. Okay, one of the guardians is down, which is great. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's grab this egg. Only needs one more chest, which hopefully will come in at the 15-minute mark here. If it does, that means we have Crimson Shroud secured. There it is. Let's grab you. Good. So again, it's insane amounts of curse, right? And maybe, like I said, we would have wanted to kill the red guardian that's left, but it's completely fine. We have the invincibility that you get after you pick up a chest that actually gives you items. You get a bit of invulnerability, which is great because it gives us time to weave from chest to chest. And now we're just in survival mode. This is the almost finished build. We have one more. Here we go. We have one more thingy coming on our way. Arcana, that's the word. I was so stumped on what that word was. We got a singular Arcana left coming our way, which is good because it's kind of key for us here. Once we get it, it's not an auto win by any means, but it's a good amount of insurance. We're gonna have a tough time dying, but I'll explain more when I get to that point because cooldowns are kind of interesting in this game. I figured out that cooldowns kind of stack, it feels like. So if you proc something, and like the quicker something gets proc, the quicker it'll get proc. It's hard to explain. I'll try and show you once I get to that point. We're dying here, but again, that's not the worst thing in the world. Contrary to popular belief, death is kind of okay. We still have all 4 of our good old revivals left, but I have a feeling that's going to change pretty soon. Obviously, the longer we hold on, the more leeway we have. That's actually pretty nice. Let's see. Like, I think what I'm trying to say is I think you need to not get hit to start the cooldown for Crimson Shroud. So if I could keep repeatedly getting hit, it doesn't let me stockpile up my charges as quickly or at all even. So she'll be very evident once we get to a point in the game where I can show you that. But again, yeah, no, we're practically dead. See, it took a while for that to proc, even though I believe my cooldown's shorter than that. Let's grab maybe some of you. There we go. That's our first death. It's gonna be a good old chunk of armor added to our list of assets we got going here. And we're 70 minutes in this run. It's pretty good. I'd say it's pretty good. And significantly more comfortable than we would be on the other map for sure. I think I don't know why I slept on Tome of Trades. That's a TFT thing. I don't know why I slept on NP for so long. I know that item is like giga busted, but I just didn't use it for some reason. Again, the abundance of stuff on the other map made me feel like that was the way to go for sure. Oh, we're at this part of the game. So this is the part where how many? I have 2 revives left. This is the part where we can very easily kite things around, get them stuck in walls, get them stuck on furniture and stuff like that. And these enemies specifically are very slow, so we can very easily just kind of dance around them like this, and it's no big deal. Again, a skill that if you had practiced the moon spell route, then probably pretty good at this. And this persists for a little bit, with intermittent like procs of the Crimson Stride, which quickly get regenerated, which is really good for us. And again, it's going to get even quicker here in 2 minutes. At the 21-minute mark, there's going to be another lethal spawns that will give us our beautiful Arcana chest, our 4th Arcana chest, which is the kind of the tipping point where the game changes from a strategy perspective. From the enemy spawn perspective, it actually continues to be rather calm for a while, but there's like a turning point where everything is on your ass completely and at all times, and that's when you have to start making some tricky moves, because like I said, if you're getting hit constantly, the Crimson Shroud actually won't regenerate fully, and at some point you will start taking damage. And trust me, these enemies, with the amount of curse we have, will be on us almost at all times. So that is kind of the danger that's awaiting us, but it is very much possible. I've done it before, and it's a different type of danger than the one we experienced on Mount Moonspell. So it's a bit of a change of pace, you know, new scenery. Keep the challenge fresh, you know. I've been thinking about making Vampire Survivors videos that are not challenge runs, which is like, I don't know, crazy, right? Monumental. It's not like you can just normally play the game without challenges. But I feel like I've been making a lot of challenge videos recently. But I want to go back to just making build videos. That's another thing. I feel like, so I don't know. I feel like cooldowns are cycle based. So sometimes I get hit and it doesn't take away my what's it called? My charge at all. Oh fuck. That's bad. That's bad. I knew it's gonna happen eventually. I'm too clumsy to pay attention to it, but yeah, we spawned into the garden here, which is actually really dangerous for us. Especially at a key point like this right before the last Arcana. But that's actually fine. I think we can manage. There's our random chest that we got from Mr. Meiji Boy. And another one. These will just be money at all times. Like, we don't get anything for this at all. What we really want here... Actually, that's not true. There's a chance that we get something very interesting. But it's so luck-based that I don't see myself getting it here. Reroll. Thank you. Okay. There it is. Silent Old Sanctuary, which will effectively make our cooldown for this 0. Let's see, our cooldown is at -86. Which means that practically at all times we're gonna have a maxed out Crimson Stride. And again, like I said, this isn't the point in the run that's dangerous. The danger comes when we fight really, really tanky or really, really fast enemies that will just stick to us like glue and proc our Crimson Stride repeatedly. We got 2 revives left, which is pretty good. I would say that's a pretty solid run this far. I've only gotten here like once with like 3 or more revives left. But this is good. It's average. You can definitely survive without dying at all, but that's not why we're here. That's not the challenge. And the challenge is to be level 1, which we still are. Courtesy of Game Killer. I think I was also thinking of an interesting strategy revolving Miang Moonspell and getting insane amounts of health with her passive that gives her maximum health whenever you overheal, but like that seems very I don't know, it's a bit tedious sounding almost. Another thing you might notice is that with the Crimson Shroud knockback, it gives us just enough time to almost regenerate a charge. So all we need to do is avoid something for a bit longer than that and we should have it back, but the problem is that these enemies don't let you. It's just really difficult to get that going. Ideally I want to stay at red charge at all times, but not everything is as you want it. So it's going to be a very stressful run. Expect it to get more hectic and stressful. At some point these enemies are going to be all over the screen. There's nowhere for me to go at all. And I will start taking damage soon. So you think at this far in the run, you're kind of good to go with this combination of weapons, but if you're not killing anything, don't have enough knockback, they will just swarm you, which is what's happening here. I will say with this strategy, you get to late game more often, so you get a lot more money chests, so you do make your money back, which is really nice. Doesn't completely make up for the failures in early game, but it's good compensation, knowing you can make some profit off of these runs. Yeah, that was my controller not letting me go down enough, so I could face plant right into the Guardians at some points. That's okay. Another bonus of Crimson Shroud, of course, is the damage you take is capped, and that cap is still affected by armor. So it's actually really good to have for more reasons than just the protection. I guess it is still protection, but in more ways than one. If you made it this far into the video, by the way, if you are someone who watches my Monster Hunter content, leave me a comment saying that you do, because I don't know how much of my audience overlaps between the two games that I play mainly now, which are Monster Hunter and Vampire Survivors. I'd like to hope that a good chunk of you guys overlap, but like, I know that might, or probably isn't really the case, which is fine. I can deal with that. I can understand it too. But I want to know which... Ooh, that actually is really good. This clover here, we want to grab... Is there a chest? There's not. We want to grab because it amplifies our luck. Obviously, that's what the enemies should probably know, that if you play as a Vampire Survivor at all, or, you know, use common sense, clovers are usually associated with luck. But if we get more elites dropping chests, there is a chance we can get a weapon, which, with the fact that we have the first candy box already, since, you know, Trousers starts with the candy box, technically that's how you get the weapon of your choice. We could get Super Ultra Candy Box 2. It's happened once in all of my testing, but it is very much possible, which that would definitely secure our victory here. And funnily enough, I didn't even win with that run, but with this run now, if we get it, it's definitely going to secure our victory. I don't know what I'd get. Probably like a death spiral, since knockback is the main thing we're missing, or maybe Menaja, because getting Menaja without the drawback of having full of Maniac is kind of crazy. But even with that, it's very much possible, and you're already seeing what I was talking about, where enemies kind of stick to you a lot, and you kind of need to use this furniture to kind of kite them around, which is usually easier said than done. Okay, this is the part where it gets really tedious, because these Medusa enemies do not give you enough room, because they're also very large. You can't really go anywhere without them sticking to you, which is pretty bad. Let me... I guess I could use the chickens as source of knockback, which is pretty good. But I don't think it's consistent enough for me to... There we go. Nope, still nothing. You'll know immediately once you get the Super Candy Box 2, Super Ultra Candy Box, Mega Amazing Candy Box 2, because the chest won't randomly disappear like that. It'll go into the chest screen, and you'll know the only thing you can get is the candy box. But again, the chances are extremely low. I don't even know how luck works. I just know that the more luck modifier you have, the better your luck is. What that means exactly, I have no clue. Excuse me. So if you look closely to our character, I mean, you can definitely see that I'm not getting to the final red stage of Crimson Shroud anymore, because I'm just completely swarmed, and I'm trying to find little nooks and crannies I can stand in, let it recharge, but it's really, really difficult here, especially with things all over me. Corners aren't actually that bad because it means enemies can only come at you from one direction. Here we go. Like, it's hard to tell even with all this hecticness when something is hitting you, because these flying heads are like so fast. You can't expect to dodge them at all, really. I think this wave might be easier. Yeah, because the flying heads are moving in straight lines now. They're not the swervy ones. And we can start picking up these good old red gems, which definitely gives us space. There's still way too many enemies to consistently do it, but wherever you get your recharge, it's worth it. I just realized, like, this is completely off topic, but I realized this challenge is probably resulting in a shorter video because I don't have level up screens. It's pretty interesting. With all these red gems, it's also very easy to kill the guardian chasing us, so eventually he's gonna go down. And we're gonna get another golden eggs. I haven't tried this one without eggs. I don't have that many in Trouser though, and I think it's very much possible to do it without eggs. There we go, there's our egg. Only elite spawning, but they don't drop chests sadly, so these will not affect our chances of getting candy box at all. This is looking pretty clean. We're at another point of Glacier Red at the end where we have so many red gems that everything just dies. So this is Game Killer lifting its weight, pulling its weight, finally getting us to the victory screen. And I think with this build, we can also very, very easily kill the Reaper. Mostly because it's gonna run into us a bunch and get itself killed on our Shroud. So that's an extra couple eggies for us. The least they could give us for doing this ridiculous challenge. I think this should be an achievement. Beating inverse mode on as a level 1 character is pretty difficult. Took a lot of planning mostly. The execution isn't terribly hard, but the planning is like, ugh, it'll get you. It was tiring. I was thinking of this challenge like every day for like a couple of weeks, literally like 2 weeks. What you have to do here is there's a position where you can like get them stuck pretty consistently, which gives you more time to regen your Crimson Shroud. It's still RNG because like, there we go, perfect. Eventually he will adjust, and because he's so damn fast because of all our curse, he doesn't get trapped for very long, which is not great. But we're on. Ooh, we got, see, like there, we got a couple like nanoseconds which got us back up to orange. Oh, we can also grab these, by the way. This will definitely help us. It is damage to him still, so any extra damage on this thing is pretty handy, I'd say. If we could just, yeah, no, we're starting to take damage here. There we go. You can definitely tell. I think that's the first time I took damage since I got Crimson Shroud, which doesn't really showcase my point, but you can take damage. I guess I was really good at dodging during the regular run. Obviously, you can't really dodge the Reaper forever, but hello, Mr. Reaper. I'm wondering if in any of these DLCs you're gonna make a way to actually kill this thing. That would be insane. That would be the coolest twist. But I did it. I finally did it after like what I think that it was 5 videos on this challenge. Finally managed to do it. thank you for everyone who watched and gave me tips and gave me advice and left their comments down below. If you like the channel, if you like the video, if you like my success, let me know down below what you thought and leave a comment. Leave a like and subscribe to the video. Again, keep your subs on public if you want to shout it. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to take care of yourselves. See you guys next time.